is this one. Yep. Oh no, I finished it. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is October finished pages. Where has October gone? I really genuinely cannot believe how quick this month has gone. It is crazy. Is it true that the older you get, the quicker it goes? Because that's what it feels like. But I've managed quite a lot this month, considering that most of my spare time has been spent on that huge diamond painting. It's humongous. It's the biggest diamond painting that I've ever done, and I've spent hours and hours, and I've probably got about a quarter left of it. So considering I've been doing that, I want to say for about 3 weeks, 2.5 to 3 weeks, I've still managed quite a lot in the evenings. So these aren't in any particular order, so I'll just go straight through. So let's move these out of the way. Please excuse my white desk. Why I bought a white desk protector, I have no idea, because it's got paint splatters, so it needs to go in the washing machine. Anyway, so we've got Claras Boots, Fairy Touch of Magic. Now I did say ages ago, it might have even been last year, that I wanted to try and get a page out of Claras Boots, just one page a month, because I do find them quite overwhelming. They're really detailed. I love the illustrations, I think they're so cute, but I really have to be in the mood to colour any of these pages. So like this one that I have actually finished this month took me quite some time of me stopping and starting it. So let me just get a little bit better situated, show you a little bit better. So a watercolour background on this one, and I think I did the background first on this one actually, and then we've got a mixture. It's such a mixture, this one, because like I said, I was pulling it out, putting it back, pulling it out. There's Derwent ink tints, there's Faber-Castell Albert Dura watercolour pencils, there's Prismacolor, there's the Derwent Lightfast pencils. I can't remember, I'll be honest, I can't remember the watercolour that I used, because I have got quite a few different palettes now, and I do like to mix them up wherever I use them. But it did buckle on me, this, pretty bad actually, but I've kept it at the bottom of the pile and it's flattened out beautifully. I've just finished actually a background in a Hannah Carlson book, and it's happened in that book as well. So I'm hoping I'm going to put it on some books, and I'm hoping that it'll flatten out. Otherwise I'll have to iron it because it's terrible. But this one seems to have done the trick. And I think I purely picked this one because of like the pumpkins and stuff. I've not been in a massive Halloweeny mood this month, I'm not going to lie. So you'll only see a couple of pages from this book. Now I'm going to keep the tags on the pages that I probably want to share on Instagram. I don't think I've shared many Claras Boots ones, and I don't think that is particularly great. I mean, I like it, but I don't think it's particularly great. So see, I prefer that one. I went for pastel tones on that one. I think that one is adorable. And then why have I not filled my name in? I've done everything else, and I've not shaded his hat, and I've not done the hair. Well, that needs to be done. That needs to be done. So that is Fairy Touch of Magic by Claras Boots. Now we've got a Mariola Boudet page. Now I did actually do this page already. Let me get that and show it you. So I did do this page ages ago, and this is from the set of art. So I did have to purchase this as a PDF to print it out, and I printed it out on normal paper. I was just checking, I wasn't sure whether it was normal or tan-toned. But I love both of them actually, both of them. I think I prefer the dragon on this one, but I really like the hair. I miss my pink hair. I really like the hair on this one, and I like the background. Let me just check. It's some sort of ink that I've used in that background. But I found it fun doing the same page again, just to see the difference. I mean, there's not really much of a difference, to be totally honest, with these two. Which version do you prefer? that her was really quick to do. I think it was 1 or 2 pencils and then some white acrylic watered down over the top of it, and then was it Black Widow pencils, because I filmed this, then the herb, and then possibly the skin, but I do know it was right at the start of the month. I've got quite a few of Mariola's pages. She's one of my favourite artists. Am I going to be able to find the front of this boot? Nice. Yeah, there we go. It didn't come like this. I've bound it together. There's PDFs, there's sets of arts, there's all sorts in this book. So that is the Mariola Boudet one, and I think it's because I've had a fascination with the House of the Dragon this month. And I did nearly forget then that I have done a couple of sketches which I will add at the end of the video. I won't show you my diamond painting the process. If you are interested, I will be filming the very last portion of it and putting it up on my second channel, which is Diamond Me Stress Free, in case you are interested. Now this one is a Christopher Lovell page. Now I did scan this. It's from a Colour in Heaven issue. For the life of me, I can't remember. Let me see if I can see it. What was it called? No, I've not got it right at the front. I've got them mixed up for some reason. But it's one of the latest issues and I love that issue. But Christopher Lovell's art is incredible. But as a colouring page, they're so incredibly detailed. So incredibly detailed. So it took me so long to do this. So long, and I printed it out on Tantone paper, and it is a lot thinner than a normal A4 because the image was a little bit weird here. It printed out a little bit weird, so you can see the difference in size there. But watercolour background, of course. Some, I think that was Calero or KJ Designs by Karen watercolour. The gold like lines that you can sort of see. I used the Winsor & Newton ink, and I just used a fan brush, which I'm probably not going to be able to find, but like a miniature version of this one, a really teeny tiny miniature version of this. Popped it in the ink, so the brush was dry, popped it in the ink, and then slowly did this, and that's the effect that I managed to pull off. And I think it's pretty cool, pretty cool. I won't be jumping straight ahead back into that boot because, like I said, his illustrations are so detailed, so incredibly detailed, even though I love them. But yeah, that is a Christopher Lovell. And then we've got, I think this might be a whip, and I've not finished it off, or did I finish it? Let me check. So please don't tell me I thought it was stuck together then. Right, no, it's not a whip. I did finish it. So the background was already done on this. It was a tutorial. I originally did this one, and then I did the background as a tutorial to show you basically how I did it. And then I finished it off with watercolour and the tiniest amount of pencil. And I've just realised I've not put a highlight in her eye, so I'm going to do that right now. And I cut my finger just before filming, slit it all down the middle. That's always fun. Come on, gel pen. I can't put this back without adding some sort of highlight. That'll do. That'll do. Yeah, so this is Coloriage Wild 2, I think it is. I know I've worked in the other one as well. Yes, number 2. And this paper is just superb. It is made for watercolour. It screams for watercolour. But I think this actually is Inktense. And obviously you activate that with water, so it works beautifully. I tried a couple of different effects on the leaves now. I just painted them as normal. And then I went in with a really diluted version of the purple. And then just pop the colour down and let it dry and do its thing. Now, it does look quite good there, does look quite good there, but I put too much water and it went into the hair. Not to worry, not to worry. She's got a bit stained hair from the flowers. That's what we'll say. That's what we'll say. Spirit animals. Did I finish this one this month? See, because I've been busy with the kids being off. I call him kids. He's not a kid, he's 16, he goes to work now. yeah, with the kids being off school and whatnot. Now this is a whip from a long time ago, and it was a buddy colour, and I cannot remember for the life of me who it was with. And the only thing that I need to do, I think this is why I pulled it out, unless there's another picture in here. I just need to finish these crystals off. And I don't think, I mean, I'm talking over a year old, this page. So if you are watching this, whoever, oh no, it's here. Whoever I did this buddy colour with, I do apologise. I completely forgot who it was. But I still like that page. I'm just a bit disappointed with the skin. But this is the page that I did. And I've not finished, apparently. I'm not been really good with tagging things this month, have I? But I've prepped this page as well, because I wanted to do similar colours for these. But instead of giving her red hair, I'm going to do blue hair. And then like blue suns and moons instead of the reds and oranges. But this was so fun to do, so incredibly fun. So it's not going to take me long to finish this off. But with the background, because of the geometric shape in the background, I just went round with masking tape, and then just did a really loose Galaxy watercolour style. I probably should have added the stars before doing the black, but I've not done for some reason. All this gold that you can see is Winsor & Newton ink, and then the rest is just pencil, and I think it was Prisma. So it won't take me long to finish this, and then I've got a good idea for what I want to do to that one. Have I got a spare tag? Of course I haven't. Get a new one out. So I'll put that in there. So that's another one that I'll be working on this month. I love colouring these, the skulls. Love colouring them. Is that weird? Maybe. So that needs to go in my to-do pile. We've got one or two from Cute and Creepy Pop Manga Colouring Book by Camilla Derrico. I find this book, I was talking to a friend about this recently. I find this book like, it's a fun book. It's not like one of the Christopher Lovell pages or the Mariola Boudet that I take really seriously, and I want it to turn out really nice, and I'll put the hours into it. With these ones, I feel like I can slap watercolour on, acrylic, glitters, whatever it may be, and I just have fun. Every time that I use these boots, it's just fun. And I've done so many. I think I've done a video of my Camilla Derrico ones. I think I have. Just quickly skim through this book. Let me lift the camera up slightly. I'll go from back to front. But it's just such an easy and fun page. I remember doing that one there because it reminded me of Sammy. And she had the hedgehog. They're cute. Yeah, it's just... It's not got, like, to me, like the details and stuff, which I like sometimes. And this is the one that I did, all watercolour. And I put a little bit of Arteza pencils over the top. And I mean, this literally took me about an hour, if that this month. Same, another one, just watercolour, mainly watercolour. How adorable is that? I'd love to colour that one again. But I have only got the one copy of this book before I'm thinking of buying another one. Dinosaurs, so cute. But I've done loads in this book. That was one of the pages that I destroyed because I didn't know how to use that liquid ink. But yeah, it's just such a fun book. And even though it's cute and creepy, I don't just pull this out at Halloween. You know, anytime that I fancy just sitting down, not really thinking about what I'm doing, this is the book that I will pull out. Or the Mermaids one. I really like the Mermaids one as well. We've got one from Christine Karen, and this was a PDF. She had a 20% sale on when I purchased this. And it was just, I just fancied doing a witch. Her skin turned out a little bit on the lime green side, like kiwi colour, than I pictured, but I still like it, and it was a fun page. That glitter that you can see is the Woe Embossing Powder Sparkles. So you can see how pretty it is. And I just used a tiny pen, like a glue pen, just put some sparkle on the page. Again with the Winsor & Newton ink, watercolour background, which this paper isn't that good for watercolour. You can see how buckled it went, but it was a fun page to do this one. It took me a couple of nights doing the detail of like the skin and the hair and what have you, but I tried to do a light effect. It's not picking up on camera. Can you see there, like it's on her chest and going around to tummy and then on her arm. It's not really picked up much on the face, and I didn't do the hair. Don't know why, but yeah, she was fun to do. It was a fun one. Rollo, I'm talking to the camera. I've got the dog sitting there and she literally looking at me as if it's Mum, who are you talking to? So this is the other Gloria Wild that I've coloured in this month, and this is brand new to me. It was only a couple of videos ago that I did a flip through of this, and this is the page that I did. Is it the front cover? It most certainly is. I did try and emulate the butterflies. I was sort of like looking at it every so often and then now looking back, why have I not put the black? I don't know. I like how it's turned out though. It just doesn't look anything like the front cover, and her skin looks a little bit more on the green side to me, but it was just so fun to do this, messing around with the watercolours again. These were handmade watercolours. They were by Nouveau, and it's spelled N-O-V-A-E and then Co, C-O, and I used this palette to do all of that background. I think specifically it was this blue and this reddy brown colour that I used, and then she gave me some like free samples in shells, and I think I did a touch of them as well. That's what you can see with the sparkle. Really nice paints these. They're not cheap, but the handmade paints usually aren't cheap, but they're really, really nice. I enjoy using them. But I'm kicking myself a little bit now. I've not done the highlights in the eyes again. What is going on with me this month? Come on, gel pen. There we go. Hello, phone. That's probably my son. He's just left for college. He's probably forgot something. I wouldn't be surprised. Right, that'll do. This gel pen is decided not to work all that well. So yeah, that's that one this month. I am going to share this on Instagram because I do really, really like this one. My battery was practically screaming at me then and I didn't realise it. I will mention as well that I have done a finished page as well for Colouring Heaven, but I'm not sharing that this time. You'll see it in the future by Colouring Heaven, but I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed that tutorial. Shh. So this one is by Sarah Richter Duncan Blunt. Again, one of my favourite artists. She's so nice as well. I've spoken to her a couple of times via Instagram. She's lovely. And I did this one. Now I do believe I did film this one, I want to say from start to finish, and I did make it like a Halloween video. I thought at least try and do one this month, Debbie, try and do one. But I did film it from start to finish, and I did a watered down white acrylic for the veil, and it was incredibly easy to do. So everything that was underneath the veil, I knew that I didn't have to spend loads and loads of time doing the detail, because I knew that this was going over the top. I mean, I tried to make the skull, excuse me, I tried to make the skull look as realistic as possible, as I could do it. But like the flowers, for instance, I didn't go into detail with them, whereas on this side I did, because I knew that they'd be covered up. And smoke effects coming from the candles, I will have it pop up here somewhere in case you want to watch that video, because there's some really cool music as well in the background. But I just think she's haunting. She's haunting, and that's nothing to do with me. That's Sarah's absolutely fantastic artwork. This even looks brilliant in black and white. I love her boots. The paper in it is superb. Superb. Spiral bound as well. Couldn't ask for more. Another spiral bound colouring book. Noctunes by Anastasia Koldareva. Please tell me I've finished this one. Yes, I have. I have. You might have seen me start this one, I think, last month. And I do it every single time. I say in a video, don't use watercolour, don't use water in this book, don't do this, don't do that, and then I go ahead and use watercolour, because it's sort of like I'm trying to convince myself that I'm wrong, and I think, oh no, I'll probably be able to do it this time. But I swear, every single time I use watercolour in any of Anastasia Calder Weaver's boots, I'm annoyed with myself because I'm not listening to my own advice. Well, since I let the dog upstairs, she thinks she's got free roam everywhere. But that's what you can see here. This is all watercolour, and I'm kicking myself because the paper's not good for it. Am I doing something wrong? Because I see other people using it and it turns out just fine. I love the illustration, absolutely beautiful. Enjoyed colouring it. I tried to keep it into just the pinks, the purples, the blues, and then just the pops of orange. I didn't want to add any more colours to this because I thought there was already so much going on this one. And then one that I'm working on currently, another Anastasia book, and this is When Dragons Dream, is this one. Yep. Oh no, I finished it last night. I even put stickles on it. Where's my brain at the moment? So there is a couple of stickles, and this is all watercolour. So what I've learned now is you can use watercolour in really small areas. Like it was just like this one area or this one feather I was doing in watercolour, and I was letting it completely dry, went over with a tiny bit of pencil. Perfect, fine. But it's when you start going into these bigger areas, and like all this, like the gravel or the mud, it doesn't look that good. So I think I will try again, maybe ink tents, and work in small areas. If there's a couple of perfect pages like these, the flowers for instance, I could test I could test ink tents or the Albert Durers or even Neocolor. I mean, they wouldn't be ideal, they're a bit big, but you see what I'm trying to say. Like if you work in small areas, it seems to be okay, but as soon as I like my watercolour backgrounds, and I'm just like, I can't do it. I know I can gesso the page, I understand I can do that, but when I don't want to, when I can't be bothered, I just want to watercolour. That's with ink. That's a disaster. So that's the Anastasia ones that I've done this month. This one was a buddy colour with B. We spoke via video on Instagram. She is one of my channel members, and we spoke on Instagram. We had a lovely chat, and she was showing me all of her beautiful work. That lady is talented, very talented. And I did this one. I like it, I don't love it. I can take the tag out because I've already shared it on Instagram. I was a bit daunted, to be honest. When I decided to do the blue skin, I was annoyed with myself, but then I went in with the background, did that. I forgot to mention it's Colouring Heaven Fairytopia Special. If you can't get hold of the Mystic Art mirrors, these are just cracking, absolutely cracking. I noticed one of her new boots had come out, and they seem to creep up every single time a new one comes out. So I'm thrilled that Colouring Heaven are doing these because I can get hold of them. I mean, how much is this? $5.75 I pay. I've not got a subscription. I'll just pick them up as and when I see fit. So that's a little bit better than, how much was it on for? I want to say 30 something, £40, and then £11-12 delivery as well. Anyway, yeah, so watercolour background, and all watercolour, different metallics as well for all the shiny goodness that you can see. Hers is so much better than mine. Check on Instagram. Check on Instagram. The very last one, excuse me, the very last one I've done this month in a colouring book, because I'll show you my sketches next, is in the mouse guard, and I cannot express how much I enjoyed doing this page, and please expect more the next coming weeks, months of me working it in this book, because I loved it every second. And I love the fact as well that the smaller illustrations, they're framed, and I can do these sorts of backgrounds. Although I was thinking about this after I'd stopped recording, I should have done some sort of like dots around the edges in the gold. It would have matched it. So maybe on the next one, they're just so cute, these illustrations. I have seen one on eBay, I think it's up to £15 at the moment, and it's got 2.5 days left. So you can get hold of it, but I'm expecting that to bump up in price to like the 40s, 50s, because I believe that this book is out of print now. But I did film the whole process of this in 2 parts, just in case you are interested. I will link it up here. But most of the paints are this Sminker super granulating watercolours. I always struggle saying that all together. I tried to do a light effect as well, coming from the little lamp. I love it. I absolutely love it. I adore this book, so I need to share that picture on Instagram. Now I will just grab hold of my sketchbooks and show you them as well. So there's only a couple of things to show you here, just basic sketches. I've got a tutorial book that I'm just, when I feel the need that I want to draw a dragon, I've been pulling that book out. Yes, I've got my dressing going on. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 2:15, and it's freezing. I'm not putting that heating on. So I've just done them little sketches there, but it's these ones that I really like. I don't like this one, please ignore that, and I've not even finished it off with the line art yet. But it's this guy that I really enjoyed, and I'm really proud of that one. Considering I've not done any sort of sketching in years and years and years, I'm really happy with this, and this paper is fantastic. It's an Oh Hoo Hoo sketchbook, this. I got it free with, what was it? I think it was the pack of alcohol brush markers when they first came out, and I got this free, and it's absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to fill it. I can't wait to fill it. But that is all my completed pages this month. Please let me know in the comments which was your favourite. I think for me, I'm going to have to say the mouse guard one. Not just because of the finished page itself, but the process of it. I so enjoyed doing it. So enjoyed doing it. So yeah, I don't think I've done too bad this month, considering I've took on a massive task of this diamond painting. I'm desperate to get it up on my wall, and I've ended up moving the stuff off the shelf. I need to show you my art room again, because I've moved so much around. I've got different things. I've got flags up on the wall now. There's just, yeah, it's changed. It's changed. But you might be able to hear we're having a downpour. So I'm going to end the video here, because you're probably not going to be able to hear me very well. I hope that you did enjoy the video. Please do leave me a big thumbs up if you did. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.